Water covers nearly 70% of our planet's surface, yet humans have barely explored 5% of it. We usually treat that vast, dark water as the ultimate frontier, but the real mystery is buried deep within the solid ocean floor. To understand what is locked inside the Earth's solid crust, we have to bypass the water entirely and test the absolute physical limits of the seabed. The seabed functions as a permeable gateway, marking the transition from the water we know to a hidden geological reality. Drop down 500 meters below the surface. The pressure is already building, but this is still the active hunting ground for the blue whale. Go deeper, to 750 meters, and the environment turns strictly lethal. If a military submarine built with thick steel hulls attempts to pass this depth, it will suffer catastrophic implosion. Past the 800-meter mark, sunlight completely vanishes. The creatures surviving down here rely entirely on the intense heat radiating from underwater volcanoes. Now drop down to the absolute bottom, 11 kilometers deep. This is the Challenger Deep, located in the Mariana Trench. This vertical scale chart illustrates the sheer drop of the trench. If you took Mount Everest and placed it squarely on the bottom, its peak would remain buried under 3 solid kilometers of water. The crushing weight of the water here makes exploration almost impossible. Throughout history, only 8 people have made the journey down to the Challenger Deep and survived the trip back up. Reaching this brutal limit is exactly where our investigation starts. The question is, what do you hit if you drill directly past the deepest trench and pierce the rock itself? Imagine driving a drill straight through the ocean floor, chewing through 5 to 10 kilometers of dense rock crust. Many assume this layer contains endless vaults of gold or massive subterranean pools of crude oil, but the chemistry doesn't support that. Dead marine biomass takes millions of years to decompose. There simply isn't enough biological matter sinking fast enough to form massive oil reservoirs beneath this deep rock layer. Instead, buried right between the lower crust and the upper mantle, there is an incomprehensible volume of trapped water. This reservoir consists of primordial rainwater, trapped millions of years before modern oceans existed by relentless ancient storms. The early Earth behaved like a giant sponge, absorbing centuries of relentless rainfall and locking it away in the deep lithosphere, where it still sits today. But this trapped water doesn't pool into stagnant, static lakes. It flows. Geologists have mapped a massive subterranean river running directly beneath the Black Sea. It actively transports 22,000 cubic meters of water at a steady speed of 6 kilometers an hour. We see this exact dynamic in Mexico's Cenote Angelita. Dive 115 feet deep, and you will find a distinct active river cutting straight through the surrounding rock. When cold water layers collide with thermally heated layers below the crust, intense temperature variations force the water into a rapid horizontal current. Add the Earth's rotation, and planetary momentum generates deep structural vibrations, pushing the water faster. Thermal dynamics and planetary rotation act as a global engine, transforming trapped ancient rain into roaring underground rivers. This discovery reframes the entire Earth as a saturated planetary plumbing system, where the crust itself holds massive volumes of active flow. These subterranean rivers flow with enough sheer volume to rival the major surface rivers we see every day. And we already know that high above, in the pitch-black ocean depths, complex biological life thrives solely off the localized heat of underwater volcanoes. So if you have rapidly flowing ancient water and intense geothermal heat miles beneath the crust, could entirely unknown, highly evolved ecosystems be living inside the rock itself? The deepest mysteries of our planet don't lie at the bottom of the ocean. They are buried right beneath it.